Benny Blanco from the Bronx, Carbon White. I am right back with another football video, and this one, strange things are happening in the world of football. And of course, with this, we are going to Europe. Yes, we have had some bangers in the transfer window. We have had some deals collapsing. We have had some strange pursuits that did not materialize. But then again, there was a sacking. And there is one in particular that I'd like to talk about, really. So for this video, I'll talk about Erik Ten Haag, and I'll also talk about Alexander Isak. Now, for maybe just beginning with who? Erik Ten Haag. As you all know, Erik Ten Haag is the immediate former Manchester United head coach, or is it manager? I don't know which one they use these days, but yes, he got sacked recently. Not so recent, but he was succeeded by Amorim, who is not doing really well. If you think about it, if they were sacking him to find better, then he actually regressed. But yes, Erik Ten Hag was dismissed by Manchester United, and he sat out for a while until he got a deal to move to Bayer Leverkusen. Remember, Bayer Leverkusen were being coached by man like Xabi Alonso, who has moved to Real Madrid in Spain. And with Xabi Alonso, he managed to win Bayer Leverkusen Bundesliga. They managed to do it unbeaten. So what's the natural progression in such a situation? Same as what happened to Leicester City. Many of their players get bought by bigger teams out there in Europe, and a lot of those players moved. The head coach himself also moved, and then Erik Ten Hag took over, and then he was left to rebuild the squad. So now that's the context. And then he got sacked. So Bayer Leverkusen came out with a statement. Let me see if I can get that statement. So we will have like two statements. One from Bayer Leverkusen and the other one from Erik Ten Hag. Statement. Yeah. So even for, you remember when we were doing a video on the transfer of Alexander Isak during the time when the PFA awards were being given out, you realize that Alexander Isak felt betrayed. So there was a statement that he put out on social media. And then there was also a statement that Newcastle put out regarding the same situation. But let's focus on Erik Ten Hag. On Erik Ten Hag, this is what some of the information talk about this situation. That the decision by wait. So first of all, I just see Erik Ten Hag's statement, but essentially what did happen is that Bayer Leverkusen did mention that they agreed on mutual consent that they will be releasing or parting ways with Erik Ten Hag. So this is what Erik Ten Hag had to say about the whole situation. So he says, the decision by Bayer Leverkusen's management this morning to put me on leave of absence came as a complete surprise. Ten Hag said in a statement via his management agency. So to part ways with a coach after just 2 league matches is unprecedented. Of course, even for me, I feel it's really unprecedented. This summer, many key players who were part of the past successes left the squad. Building a new cohesive team is a careful process that requires both time and trust. A new coach deserves the space to implement his vision, set the standards, shape the squad, and leave his mark on the style of play. I started this job with full conviction and energy, but unfortunately, the management was not willing to grant me the time and trust I needed, which I deeply regret. I feel this was never a relationship based on mutual trust. Sasa, for this one, he has decided to throw the bathwater with the baby. Yeah, so throughout my career, every season I have been able to see through to the end as a coach has brought successes. Clubs that placed their trust in me have been rewarded with success and silverware. Finally, I would like to thank the Bayer Leverkusen supporters for their warmth and passion, and I wish the squad and staff every success for the remainder of the season. It has been for the remainder of the season. Yeah. So you see, even for this one, he decided to thank the supporters and not the management, and realize that just after 2 matches, he has been let off or laid off. I don't know what kind of there was some time back when Arsenal wanted to buy Luis Suarez from Liverpool. They sent 40 million plus £1 because that was essentially supposed to trigger a release clause to for a move. And then someone from Liverpool said, I don't know what they smoke down there at the Emirates. So this is one of those things that you can, like, say, after 2 matches, how do you end up sacking a manager? So probably in the what happened in the preseason friendlies, of course, maybe he didn't do very well, but he was trying to justify uh, regarding the whole situation, mentioning the depth of the squad and all the good players leaving the club. And then now getting into the new season, 2 matches in, your job is done. So, and it's quite shocking even for him that he's surprised to see such information coming out. So I don't know what's the thing about by Leverkusen, what they expect, because you look at it, who has left that squad? Jeremy Frimpong, who went to Liverpool, Florian Wirtz again to Liverpool, Amin Adli, I don't know where he went, Odilon Kosunu, Granit Xhaka, who is now at Sunderland, Lucas Radecki, and also Jonathan Tah, who are very key in that squad that won the Bundesliga. Yeah, so that's the kind of situation that is happening there. The management also responded that they spent in the region of 170 million euros to rebuild the squad with Malik Tillman, Jarel Kwanzaa. Of course, Kwanzaa is a good player. Lise Bensengir, Loic Bade, Ibrahim Maza, Mark Flecken, and Ernest Poku have arrived. So the decision was not an easy one for us. Nobody wanted to take this step. So if nobody wanted to take this step, why did they take the step? Then who took the step? Nobody wanted to take this step. Who took the step? So Leverkusen, however, the past few weeks have shown that building a new and successful team with this setup is not feasible. We firmly believe in the quality of our team and will now do everything we can to take the next steps in our development with a new setup. This is giving vibes, those vibes of, we have seen Erik Ten Haag before, and probably he's kind of showing uh, maybe those vibes of there's a disaster that is pending, that is coming their way, and they are trying probably to avert the situation. Everyone played for themselves, everyone ran around the pitch on their own. We have too many players who are preoccupied with other things or only with themselves. I don't know if I've ever experienced that at Bayer, he said. The disastrous final phase of the draw was a symbol of our current situation. This has nothing to do with any unrest, player transfers, or legal proceedings. Uh, parting ways, a parting of ways at this early stage of the season is painful, but we felt it was necessary. We remain committed to achieving our goals for the season, and to do that, we need the best possible conditions at all levels and across the entire first team. Now it's a matter of fully implementing and utilizing these conditions again. So this is what has transpired, and for me, I think clubs are behaving badly. Let's just say, for the profession of football, I don't think this is the best approach to take. So people who are coaches or managers, these guys are essentially like ruining careers of these people, and I think there needs to be like certain set procedures and standards that are supposed to be met for things to happen, because I don't think maybe in a contract it was mentioned that 2 games in and there are no good results, you're gone. Yeah, so I thought that's a bit unfair. Now, for the Alexander Isak situation, is that he could face that he's facing accusations from Newcastle after Liverpool's move. And this one, Newcastle were questioning his commitment to the club. So this is what a statement says. Alexander Isak has been accused of not wanting Newcastle United to qualify for the Champions League, as that would make it harder for him to secure a desired move to Liverpool. You know, those kind of situations where you feel like a situation that would force a move for a player is to go to a Champions League playing club. So if you fail to qualify for the Champions League, then certain players are likely to leave because they are at a stage in their career where they need to be playing at such high levels. So probably Newcastle are feeling that Isak wanted to sabotage that so that he could justify a move to a Champions League playing club. So Isak eventually got the move he had been pushing for all summer. It's been a long journey to get there. So that says, so according to The Guardian, the journey began back in the first half of 2024 when Newcastle's former minority owner, Amanda Stavely, supposedly promised Isak a new contract that summer. Stavely was dislodged in June, making way for Paul Mitchell, who reportedly withdrew the inflated contract offer. Oh, okay. Isak's slow start to 2024-2025 season, he mastered one league goal over his opening 6 appearances, was put down to the extension U-turn, which left the Swede incandescent. Eddie Howe managed to cajole Isak back into form, overseeing a prolific run at the turn of the year, which was capped by winning goal in the Carabao Cup final against Liverpool. It was at this point that the 25-year-old became quiet and withdrawn, according to the Telegraph. So from that point onwards, the report sensationally claims some inside the club felt Isak was behaving like someone who did not want the team to qualify for the Champions League. Over the period in question, Isak scored 4 Premier League goals, half of which were penalties. However, only 2 players in the division racked up a higher non-penalty expected goals tally than Newcastle's frontman across April and May. What's more, Isak converted an 89th minute penalty to earn a crucial point against Brighton and Hove Albion with 3 games of the campaign remaining. Yeah, and you can imagine that even for Newcastle fans, this could be very devastating. How they valued the player, how there was this mural in well, not mural really, but like a tifo at the stadium in St. James's Park, where something to the tune of Alexander the Great, yeah, was being shown in the stadium. But right now, they have slammed whatever he's doing, and they're like, good riddance. Yeah, but I don't know. Isak could be considering legal actions. Maybe let's see if there is any. What is the other case? Okay, I can't see it, but I heard from somewhere that he could be considering like taking legal actions against Newcastle for such accusations. But if that is the situation, I think also maybe from his side, it could be very unprofessional. All you can hope for is that his move to Liverpool becomes worth it, that he gets what he has ever wanted there. If it's about winning trophies, we hope that he succeeds. But of course, these things don't usually come on a silver platter. Sometimes you can move to a bigger club thinking that you're going to win, and then lo and behold, you don't get to win. Yeah, so it's a wait and see kind of situation, but it truly shows that there are people in football that are behaving badly. Could be the teams, could be managers, could be players themselves, but we just hope to get to sanitize these things out of football.